All right. Good morning, everyone. We are on the record in case number 2026, CRA, State of Ohio versus Emmanuel John Matthews for violations as charged 2903.11A1, felonious assault, a felony of the second degree, punishable by 2 to 8 years in prison and a $15,000 fine with the potential addition of an extra 4 years in prison. President Court is special prosecutor appointed by Judge Rambo, Mr. Seth Enlow from the Attorney General's office. Welcome, Mr. Enlow, to Chardon. Attorney for the defendant, Mr. Ian Friedman.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Friedman. And counsel for the alleged victim, Mr. Kyle Melling and Mr. Scott Kubow.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. This matter is set for preliminary hearing this morning. Are we ready to proceed, Mr. Enlow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any opening remarks, Mr. Enlow?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, 2 weeks ago today, this defendant, Emmanuel John Matthews, knowingly shot the victim, David Matai, 1 time in the back. This caused serious physical harm. This occurred at the Centerville Mills Dog Park at approximately 4:30 p.m. Today at the hearing, the state will present substantial credible evidence consisting of testimony from 2 officers who responded to the scene, as well as body-worn camera and cruiser video. And at the end of the hearing, I will ask this court to find probable cause that Mr. Matthews committed this offense and he be bound over to the court competence. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Freeman, you wish to be heard. Any opening remarks?
Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Mr. Matthews, I agree. I'm the prosecutor. 2 weeks ago, there was an incident at the dog park in Bainbridge, Ohio. But what I believe will be different at the conclusion of the evidence is finding the understanding of what really did occur on that day. There was, in fact, a shooting, but Mr. Matthews clearly acted in self-defense that day. And acting reasonably, acting in response to the initial aggressor, Mr. Matai, in this case. He was left with no choice but to take action as he did, for fear of safety and well-being of his own life. I do believe that as the state has the burden to show that Mr. Matthews did not act in self-defense, and I think that would be central to this case here today, as one of the elements that must be considered before this matter is found over probable cause established. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. And in that vein, we had some preliminary discussions in chambers with Prosecutor Enlow, Mr. Friedman, and Mr. Melling and Mr. Kubow. A motion to quash a subpoena issued to the alleged victim was filed. Mr. Melling, you wish to be heard on that matter?
Certainly, just for the record, we made a motion to quash a subpoena on the victim to appear here in court today based on his medical condition. His medical condition is improving, and we discussed some alternatives in chambers, and so we appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Melling. And the court's order is going to be filed under seal. The court would like some medical documentation to support the affidavit and motion hearing. Thank you. Mr. Enlow, you wish to respond to the motion to quash?
Your Honor, the state defers the court on that motion to quash.
Thank you. Mr. Ian, you wish to be heard on the motion to quash?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have had the opportunity to review the motion. I was found by attorneys Melling and Kubow. And I would point specifically to provision 2B of their motion to quash, which stated, in quote, criminal rule 5B is limited to a single inquiry. And this was in an attempt to talk about why Mr. Matai should not be called in this case. And they surmised it as saying whether probable cause exists to believe that a crime was committed and that the defendant committed it. They went on to talk about the different evidence that's been gathered to date as far as forensics, witness statements, and so forth. I think what it fails to take into consideration, however, is the fact that the case cannot be proven, again, as I stated a moment ago, unless the state can show, again, a reasonable doubt that he was not acting in self-defense. So that will be central in this case. And pursuant to revised code section 2901.05 entitled Burden of Proof, Reasonable Doubt, Self-Defense, subsection B1 prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the accused person did not use force in self-defense. I'm sorry. I think you are hearing. You're. Okay. One of the other aspects that the civil counsel did talk about was Marcy's Law under subsection C in their brief, and I would submit that due process and emphasis in the confrontation clause has to outweigh kind of the test that's in play when we're talking about the rights of the accused versus the rights of a victim in this case. And so with that, I also do recognize the medical care that's being rendered, and I certainly don't want to worsen that by hailing into court today. And based upon the words of civil counsel, I understand that while he's certainly proving, he's not in a place yet where he can come to court today. So I would ask the court to make any arrangements so that we are able to question Mr. Matai as part of this hearing, even if not today, on the central issue of whether or not this was self-defense. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Unlow.
Your Honor, I can save this for the end. I asked the court to defer a ruling on this until after the evidence is presented today and what evidence is available for the court to make the decision. I'll address this again later after both evidence. I can preview my argument now if that would help the court.
Well, thank you, Mr. Unlow. The court does believe that the self-defense issue is an issue that should be heard at the preliminary hearing. And the court's going to allow 1 week without going into any medical issues on behalf of the alleged victim, whether that will transpire by virtue of a deposition pursuant to the rules or personal appearance. I know in preliminary discussions, Mr. Melling had said he'd prefer personal appearance by the alleged victim versus deposition, but we'll give 1 week for determination, as I do not believe the preliminary hearing will conclude today.
Your Honor, I object to the continuance for his testimony. The elements of self-defense are what the defendant knew at the time. It does not matter what the victim knew at the time of what the victim said. Mr. Matthews is perfectly capable of testifying to the elements needed for self-defense. Furthermore, under 290105, the burden of proof, the legislator specifically said if at the trial of a person accused of an offense that involves the use of force of another, at the trial, the state must prove the defendant did not act in self-defense. The legislator did not say at all criminal proceedings. It did not say at a preliminary hearing. It said at trial. And so I believe that the law says that we do not have to prove the elements of self-defense. But even if we did, I believe the testimony today will have enough evidence to dispute any clear acts of self-defense. So I would ask the court to consider that before making a final decision on the continuance.
Thank you, Mr. Unlow. Court notes your objection. My ruling stands. Please call your first witness.
Your Honor, the state called Patrolman Kaufman to the stand.
Thank you. Mr. Workman, you're getting Officer Kaufman.
I'm getting him.
Thank you. Pardon me? Yes. You guys won't have to worry about a close-up. You'll be close, right close.
Your Honor, the preliminary matter, I would ask for separation of witnesses.
So granted. Any witnesses who are in the courtroom that will be testifying are asked to be excused to the lobby area. Thank you. Before you sit, I need to swear you in. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God subject to penalties of perjury? Say I do.
Yes.
Thank you. When he is seated, you may commence your questioning, Mr. Unlow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Patrolman.
Good morning.
Can you please state your full name and spell it for the last of the record?
Friedrich Kaufman, badge number 8423.
Can you spell your last name, please?
Kaufmann.
Where are you currently employed?
Bainbridge Township.
And what are your duties and responsibilities there?
I'm a patrolman on Seapleton.
And what kind of work do you do there for Bainbridge Township?
Basic patrol and responding to dispatch assignments.
How long have you been a police officer for?
Roughly 12 years.
And did you respond to the report of shooting at the Centerville Mills Dog Park in Chagrin Falls 2 weeks ago on April 21st at approximately 4:30 p.m.?
I did?
And that dog park is that located here in Young County,
Yes.
state of Ohio.
Yes.
So tell the court what happened when you responded to the scene.
So we received a call that we had a male who had been shot and had suffered a gunshot wound at the dog park, that we had a suspect who had fled the area. We didn't have any vehicle info or direction of travel for the suspect. So it being my zone, I was South Zone that day, responded directly to the dog park. When I was almost to the dog park, I received word from another officer that he was out with the suspect on 306 just before I reached to the victim. I pulled up on the victim and the caller, our witness. Our witness was flagging me down a bit and pointing towards the victim laying on the ground next to his vehicle. Victim was laying down on the passenger side of his vehicle. I approached him, got his name, checked for the wound, obviously. And just prior to that, I had made sure that the fire department knew that they didn't have to stage, that they could keep coming, that the scene was safe. Spoke to David briefly, did find a single gunshot wound on the small of his back, and asked him a few questions about what had transpired. Do you want me to give you further about what he said?
Let me ask you, you said you saw what you believe to be a gunshot wound, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And can you describe what the injury looked like, please?
So he had what was consistent with a handgun-sized entry wound. I didn't find an exit wound. I looked on his abdomen to try to find an exit wound. I didn't find one. He wasn't actively bleeding, but that's not abnormal. But yeah, just a small entry wound with a small amount of fat hanging out of it, which was consistent with a gunshot wound.
Okay. And did you observe any shell cases at the scene?
I observed several shell cases at the scene. There was.
Can you say that again?
I observed several shell casings at the scene, yes. What appeared to be a single .45 caliber shell, spent shell casing, and several 9mm spent shell casings, yes.
You said the victim, where was he located at the car, around the car?
So the victim was located just outside, just on the ground, just outside of the passenger side of his car, and the passenger side door was open.
Excuse me, Officer Kaufman, passenger's door, side door was open, is that what she said?
Of the victim's
Okay,
car, yes.
trailed up, sorry.
Sorry. And the victim was laying on his right side, just outside the passenger side door.
Was he able to move?
He was able to move just enough to allow me to view the wound. He rolled over a little bit, but he didn't get up or anything like that. He was laying on the ground.
Did you lift his shirt up and observe the wound?
Yes, sir.
And did you recover a firearm outside of that vehicle?
I did.
Do you remember what caliber was of that firearm?
The firearm was a Taurus 9mm.
And while you were on the scene, did you later learn if there was an exit wound?
The fire department, the paramedics, prior to leaving, did inform me that there was an exit wound, yes.
And Patrolman Kaufman, were you equipped with a body-worn camera that day?
Yes, sir.
And how having reviewed that body-worn camera before today's hearing?
Yes,
And if I showed it to you, could you identify it for the court?
yes.
Your Honor, permission to place Exhibit A?
Yes.
Should we please? Before you play, just pull the screen for me. Sean, what's this video that we're looking at here?
That is my body-worn camera. So the serial number ending in 5556 is my camera.
Found the serial number on the right-hand corner of the screen.
That's correct.
In this body-worn camera, is it a fair and accurate copy of what happened in the incident on April 21st, 2026?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this is a patrolman copy of the body-worn camera from April 21st, 2026. The total video is about 39 minutes long. For the purpose of this hearing, I would like to play the segment from timestamp 4:10 to approximately 10:11, and that will show Officer Kaufman's arrival on the scene, as well as observation of the victim's injuries. The full video is available for the court defense counsel. I did show defense counsel what I'm planning on showing the court before today's hearing. I asked this court to admit it into evidence, and permission to play the video.
Yes.
Julie, can you start the video at timestamp 4 minutes and 12 seconds, and for the record, that's the timestamp on the bottom of the window.
And before we commence, Mr. Friedman, do you have any objections to the shortened version of what's being provided?
I don't have any objection at this time. It may become necessary after further testimony on cross that the tape be played in its entirety. But
Thank you.
now we're fine.
Julie, can you please start at timestamp 4:12?
Keep going. I appreciate you.
Okay.
We got ambulance coming for you.
I appreciate that, sir.
So what happened?
So, showing up here, took my dog, and on my way, my wife's on the way, coming it up.
Where are you shot?
Did it come out?
You know?
Here's the case.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
Well, it could be my case, too, I've hard stuff.
Okay, all right.
My firearms, the left side behind me, passenger seat.
Okay, so it's inside the car, you have the passenger seat? Okay.
It was his bike.
Okay.
The other guy shot first.
Okay, all right.
I know.
Can you hang out for a second for me?
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
up.
appreciate you. All right. All right, what's your name?
David.
David? TTA, you said? All right, so really quick, right? Right. Do you know this person?
No. So,
Right.
I heard those two, they said, go hurt. Kind of a throat.
Okay.
So, I just voiced that. Something to the effect of, we're in the worst period of our So,
Okay, yeah, he's reporting that he's transpired. I probably want to see him. So I can check, but,
this went on, I'm
so
not
you guys are talking about Trump? Okay.
getting you.
Mm-hmm. Take your time, Dave. How you doing, okay? No? Fine.
So, you don't have O2 in your vehicle.
What's that?
You have O2 in your vehicle?
Oxygen? That's our New so.
I know, Chicago,
So you're coming from Chicago?
well, where they go from Chicago. So, and I came back and went, no, I drove all the way along with it. So, you know,
Let's fast forward to, you guys were gonna.
so I walked away at the instruction of the guy that's here to be the, and he showed me. So,
All right, listen, hey, you saw all this, sir?
yes, that was here.
Okay, all right. Hey,
Wait, not for
she's just gonna have to wait a second, okay? Hold on a second. Hi, I'm with Bainbridge, this is Township. Hi. Okay, hey, we take a breath. I don't want you driving crazy or anything. David's okay, he got shot once. But he's talking, everything's okay, we got ambulance going up right now. But I gotta let you go so that I can help him, okay? You're not gonna be able to help you, okay? But we can get the dog. Yeah, send us over those dogs. Yes, I'm gonna be, yes. I'm gonna be here. What's up to you? All right. Stop one to the right, love handle. I don't see an exit, it was just an exit. Just watch out.
Have a little breathing, he does have an entry wound.
No further questions?
Mr. Friedman, any cross?
Good morning, Mr. Carlton. I'm Ian Friedman, Mr. Matthews' counsel, obviously. If any of my questions are not clear, just ask me to repeat them, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, do you recall what the specifics of the call were, the 911 call, were dispatched to vehicles on that day, the 21st?
That we had a male shot at the dog park, that he was shot once in the back, I believe is what the specifics of the call were, and just that we didn't have any vehicle information for the suspect, that a suspect had fled the scene. We didn't have vehicle information, we didn't have a direction of travel.
Okay. Nothing in the call that was relayed from the witness as to who may have been at fault or anything of the sort, just the fact that a male was shot.
Right, not that I recall.
Okay. All right. And so, you had said a second ago that the suspect had fled the scene. You were not the squad car that was flagged down by Mr. Matthews, correct?
Correct.
That you are in fact aware that one of your colleagues, another officer, was coming to the scene and was stopped by Mr. Matthews flashing his lights?
Correct.
And you are aware that the squad car did in fact stop, Mr. Matthews stopped, and Mr. Matthews voluntarily stated at that time that he was part of the shooting, so that's where everyone was going to, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And from that point forward, did you leave the dog park and go back to the scene where Mr. Matthews was, or did you stay at the park?
I stayed at the park to keep the crime scene secure.
Now, you had asked a minute ago, you were asked during examination, you were talking about, on the tape, you were talking about what had occurred for Mr. Matai. You had asked him what happened, right?
Correct.
Okay. We only saw a snippet of that tape. Did he in fact tell you what happened beyond what we saw just now?
Beyond what we saw just now, the reason I asked the witness if he saw the whole thing is because Mr. Matai was having trouble breathing, so I did not want to ask him any further questions to complicate his injury more. So.
Okay, that's fair. So at the scene, there's no further statement from Mr. Matai that would have brought light to what occurred at the dog park, that afternoon between you and Mr. Matthews?
There was nothing further from Mr. Matai.
Did you interview Mr. Jedlinski?
I did.
You did. And that was also caught on your body cam?
Yes, sir.
And just for the record, Jedlinski is spelled Jedlinsky, first name James. And how would you describe Mr. Jedlinski's demeanor when you were talking to him?
He was upset at what happened.
And you said that you found a number of shells at the scene.
Correct.
Number of cartridges. One of them being a .45 caliber cartridge, right?
Correct.
And that was attributed to the handgun eventually, once further investigation was done, to Mr. Matthews' firearm, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you remember how many cartridges, 9mm cartridges, were found at the scene?
I initially saw 4 9mm cartridges. I'm under the understanding that there were 6 total that were found.
And so, 6 total cartridges or?
6 total 9mm cartridges.
Okay. So, and those were spent cartridges?
Correct.
So, there were no other firearms at the scene or no other individuals involved in the shooting, so it would be fair to assume, and in fact, was your conclusion that Mr. Matai discharged his firearm 6 times?
At the scene, it was my conclusion that he had fired it 4 times. I later learned that there were 6 total spent casings.
Now, I'd like to talk about the parking at the dog park. So you pulled in, we saw where Mr. Matai's car was.
Correct.
And we also heard Mr. Matai say that he left and he came back. That's what you heard also?
Correct.
Any reason to dispute that?
No, sir.
Okay. So, can you let the court know, in relation to where Mr. Matai's car was found, where you found it, where Mr. Matthews' car was parked before the shooting?
So, according to the witness, Mr. Matthews' car was parked adjacent to Mr. Matai's car on the passenger side. So, the cars were Mr. Matai's car. If you're looking at the rear ends of the cars, just to the right would be Mr. Matthews' car, and to the right of Mr. Matthews' car would be Mr. Jedlinski's car.
To the right of it or to the left of it?
If you're looking at the rear of the vehicles, you have Mr. Matai's car, Mr. Matthews' car, Mr. Jedlinski's car, from left to right.
Fair enough. And do you know from your investigation, is that the way that the cars were parked before Mr. Matai left?
Yes, it's my understanding from the witness that Mr. Matai parked where he was parked originally after he came back.
So he leaves that spot next to Mr. Matthews' car. How long did he leave for based on your investigation?
It changes depending on who you ask, their sense of time, but anywhere from 3 to 8 minutes.
3 to 8 minutes. And do we know at this point where Mr. Matai went during those 3 to 8 minutes?
I do not.
But he came back and he parked in the same spot from which he left.
Correct.
Now, in the video that we were watching, we could see where Mr. Matai's on the ground and the front passenger door is open. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And it appeared to me, but I could be wrong, so you were closer, and so you could tell me if what I saw was correct. It looked to be that there was a Kydex holster on the front seat passenger side.
That's correct.
Okay. And the Kydex holster is just simply a molded holster made for a particular gun, probably similar to one that you're wearing today. I assume you're wearing a Kydex holster.
What I viewed on his passenger side seat was what appeared to be an inside the waistband Kydex holster for a handgun, yes.
Okay. But it was out on the passenger seat.
Correct.
Okay. And do you know when that holster was placed in?
Prior to my arrival, because it was already there.
Of course. But based upon any of the interviews that you did and based upon your investigation, did you learn when that holster was placed there?
I did not.
So we heard about an argument that began earlier with Mr. Matai and Mr. Matthews, and also was Mr. Jablinski present during that argument based on your investigation?
Yes.
And would it be fair to say that as you understand the case facts today, Mr. Matthews and Mr. Jablinski were sitting at the picnic table at the car park having a conversation amongst themselves?
Correct.
And specifically, and as we heard Mr. Matai talk, we believe that they were talking about politics and reading the Wall Street Journal, being Mr. Matthews and Mr. Jablinski.
Correct.
Okay. And there's no evidence to suggest that Mr. Matthews knew Mr. Jablinski at all, correct? Prior to that. Mr. Matthews knowing Mr. Matai.
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about that. And it's your understanding that, and it seems to be confirmed by Mr. Matai even at the scene, that he approached Mr. Matthews and Mr. Jablinski to voice his opinions on the political scene or what have you on that day, unsolicited.
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. And based upon your investigation, would it be fair to characterize it as Mr. Matai becoming verbally aggressive with Mr. Matthews, I think?
Who became verbally aggressive first, I don't know. That part is unclear.
Okay. But you do know that you have no evidence to suggest that Mr. Matthews went to Mr. Matai, correct?
Correct.
And so, based upon your investigation, from what you understand now, you know that Mr. Matthews is 80 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Matai is 55 years old, correct?
Correct.
And did you learn on your investigation whether or not there was a physical altercation between the two men, that being Matthews and Matai?
I did.
Okay. And in fact, the truth is, pursuant to the witnesses that you interviewed, you came to understand that Mr. Matthews was grabbed by Mr. Matai around the head from the opposite side of the fence.
Your Honor, objection. Approach.
Sidebar, yes. Objection is overruled. You may continue, Mr. Friedman.
Thank you. So, did you do an investigation to determine what happened prior to the shooting?
Yes.
Okay. And did you come to learn that Mr. Matai physically grabbed Mr. Matthews at some point prior to the shooting?
Yes.
Okay. And was it your understanding that they were on opposite sides of the fence?
Yes.
Okay, so let's explain that for a moment so the record's clear on that. There is a fence that circles the actual dog park where the dogs go loose, right?
Correct.
Okay. And on the other side, there's a gated fence that goes to the parking lot,
Correct.
And it would be accurate, would it not, to state that Mr. Matthews, in response to this escalating altercation, began to leave, went through the gate, and was on the other side of the fence headed to his car?
Initially, yes.
Okay. And it was at some point thereafter, but rather quick in proximity of time, that Mr. Matai went and grabbed Mr. Matthews around the body, around the head.
It's my understanding that he was grabbed by one arm and the hair.
So one arm in the hair, Mr. Matai grabbed Mr. Matthews by one arm in the hair.
Correct.
And there was not much of an altercation then between the 80-year-old and the 55-year-old, was there, physically, based upon your investigation?
Right. Yeah. Allegedly, Mr. Matthews said something. The witness was unclear what it was that was said that prompted Mr. Matai to grab Mr. Matthews. But the witness said that after Mr. Matai grabbed Mr. Matthews, he stated, "Say it again." But that was the extent of the physical touch, yes.
Do you know thereafter, from that point where there was that grabbing of Mr. Matthews' head, what Mr. Matthews did based on your investigation from that point?
I heard grabbing of the hair, not the head.
I'm sorry, hair. I apologize.
Mr. Jedlinski presumably broke them up, and Mr. Matthews then went to his vehicle, according to the witness.
Do you have any independent evidence other than Mr. Jedlinski? So, for instance, is there any video surveillance or anything at the dog park?
No, sir.
Okay. Did anyone capture any of this on a cell phone?
No, sir.
Were there any other witnesses that were present that day that saw the incident other than Mr. Jedlinski?
So according to Mr. Jedlinski, there were other pedestrians at the dog park. He said that something to the effect of where after things got heated, they left. It's unclear whether they were present for the assault, the physical assault between Mr. Matthews and Mr. Matai. I don't know if they were still there at that point or if they left during the initial argument.
Now, once at the cars, did your investigation reveal to you how the cars separated, what happened in the moments leading up to Mr. Matai leaving? Were you able to figure out what occurred then?
According to the witness, Mr. Matthews went to his car. Mr. Matai then went to his own car and left.
At some point, obviously, Mr. Matthews grabbed a firearm. Logically, correct?
Correct.
And what is the evidence shown to you as to when that was and how did that occur?
That was, according to the witness, that was after Mr. Matthews went to his vehicle after the assault took place.
So Mr. Matthews goes to his vehicle, pulls out the firearm, and then Mr. Matai left?
That part is unclear, to be honest with you.
Do we know if Mr. Matai saw Mr. Matthews with a firearm in the vehicle? Or heard anything about a firearm?
At one point, according to Mr. Jedlinski, Mr. Matai did see Mr. Matthews with a firearm and said something to the effect of, "Oh, you've got one, I've got one too."
And that's important because at that point, he left for 3 to 8 minutes, correct?
It's unclear whether that transpired prior to Mr. Matai leaving or after he returned.
So we're back at the scene. Mr. Matai has since pulled up next to Mr. Matthews' vehicle, right?
Correct.
Can you estimate how many feet separated the two cars, do you know?
So the cars weren't parked exactly in their spots. They were taking up more, they were double parked, if you will. So without having been there and seen exactly how Mr. Matthews' car was parked prior to leaving, I couldn't honestly tell you.
Okay, it's your understanding there was nothing in between the two cars. It was the two cars, whatever the distance may have been, next to each other.
Logic states that, yes.
And I want to get back to the Kydex holster on the front passenger seat, because we see the gun, the 9mm, to the rear of the vehicle's driver's side.
Correct.
When you arrived, and to the best of your knowledge, no one had moved that firearm, correct?
Correct.
And so, you believed at the time, maybe it could have been later learned that there were 6 shots that were discharged. Did there come a point that you learned through your investigation that Mr. Matai leaned into the front of his vehicle towards his gun?
Right, so the witness statement for that portion of the event is that his entire attention wasn't on Mr. Matthews and Mr. Matai, because he was collecting his dog, putting his dog in the car, and because it appeared everyone was going to leave, so Mr. Jedlinski was going to leave also.
Officer Kaufman, the witness you're referring to, that's someone different than Mr. Jedlinski?
No, I'm sorry. When I refer to the witness,
Okay.
Your Honor, it's Mr. Jedlinski. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So Mr. Jedlinski admits that he had his back turned for portions of the exchange, but it is his belief that Mr. Matai was on the passenger side of his vehicle when viewing the fact that Mr. Matthews had a firearm.
Okay, when viewing the fact that Mr. Matthews had a firearm.
Correct.
Okay. And so when we talk about the passenger side, did you learn at some point that Mr. Matthews reached into the passenger side of his vehicle?
That was never stated to me.
Okay. All right. Do you know at what point did he have the gun in his hand when he was shot by Mr. Matthews?
Mr. Jedlinski stated that he did not witness Mr. Matai retrieve his gun, but he knows at one point that he did see it in his hand. So that, like I said, that part is, because Mr. Jedlinski's attention wasn't fully on them, he wasn't able to tell me exactly how Mr. Matai came to have the firearm in his hand, but he saw it in his hand.
And Officer Kaufman, obviously being a first responder to the situation, you've only gathered what you learned thereafter, but not being there, you could not relay to the court what you saw, heard, smelled, and so forth. But I want to just ask you 4 last questions that I had based upon what you learned in the investigation. Not being there, and only with those 3 individuals who were there, as you sit here today, you would be unable to state who was at fault for creating that situation that day. That was
Objection.
shooting, correct?
Objection. Calls for legal conclusion.
And actually, it's just not the conclusion, it's just the elements of self-defense. And I asked
Can
them to say whether
you
it was-
rephrase the question,
Absolutely.
Mr. Friedman?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You would be unable to say whether, well, if I just asked, was Mr. Matthews the aggressor that day against Mr. Matai?
It doesn't appear he was the initial aggressor.
It appears that, since there are only 2 people, that Mr. Matai was the aggressor, correct?
It appears that Mr. Matai was the initial aggressor.
And you're unable to state exactly when Mr. Matai pulled out his firearm from his vehicle or his person, because we don't exactly know where it came from, correct?
Correct.
And so you can't say when he showed it, or you can't say when he showed it, correct?
Correct.
And you have no evidence to advise you or inform you as to when Mr. Matthews may have seen a gun or came to believe that a gun is in Mr. Matai's possession, control or possession.
Correct.
And gun that was retrieved from Mr. Matthews, do you remember the magazine capacity?
I didn't retrieve the gun from Mr. Matthews.
Okay. Did you later learn what type of firearm it was?
I did.
Okay, and what was that?
1911, 45 caliber. Yeah.
45 caliber. Okay. And do you know if there was, how many bullets were in the magazine for the 1911 45 caliber?
I don't.
Okay. More than one, do you know?
I honestly don't know. I didn't process any evidence. So.
That's fine. All right, and so if I were to suggest to you that Mr. Matthews received the threat of Mr. Mackay having a firearm and responded in the way that he did, you couldn't say one way or the other whether that was true or not, correct?
Correct.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mr. Emma, any requests? Any redirect, I should say, forgive me.
Thank you, Your Honor. Patrolman, there was a lot of discussion about what the witness, Mr. Nowinski, told you at the scene on the cross right now. Is that right?
Correct.
And first, I want to talk about where Mr. McConnell was found. He was found outside the passenger door of his car, right?
Correct.
Based on your investigation, is that where you believe he shot from?
No.
Where do you think he shot from?
Based on the investigation and where the spent shell casings were found, that he shot from the driver's side of the vehicle, adjacent to where the gun was found on the blacktop.
So on the video earlier, we saw that the gun was on the driver's side of Mr. McKay's vehicle in the rear. Do you believe that's where he shot from?
Correct.
Did you find any evidence to support that of the gun being there?
The location of the 45 caliber round also painted that same picture that, that Mr. Matai would have been shot in that area, and then also would have returned fire from that area.
Did the witness tell you where Mr. Matai was shot?
The witness stated that after he heard the initial shot, presumably from Mr. Matthews' gun, that when his back was turned when he heard the shot go off, but as soon as he heard it go off, he turned, witnessed the spent 45 caliber shell casing bouncing off the asphalt and heard it, and then when switching his view to where Mr. Matai was, he could see just his shins and his feet hanging out from the driver's side of Mr. Matai's vehicle.
And that's consistent with what the gun was found in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did the witness, based on your investigation, did they say who pulled the gun first?
The witness didn't say. Well, the witness said that he saw Mr. Matthews with a firearm first that was holstered, and that he grabbed it from the rear of his car and placed it on the dash area of the driver's side of his vehicle.
So based on your investigation, the witness reported that Mr. Matthews pulled the gun out of the rear of his car and put it in his front seat.
Correct.
And,
I think it's on the dash, not on the front seat, on the dash.
And did the witness say who fired the gun first?
He did.
Who was that?
It was Mr. Matthews, is who he said the shot first.
And this statement from the witness was taken right at the scene, is that right?
Correct.
He walked you around the dog park and showed you all this information?
Yes, sir.
And that was recorded on your body-worn camera?
Yes.
Julie, can you please play State's Exhibit A? And can you please start it at timestamp 11 minutes and 20 seconds?
something, sir? Yeah.
No, I'll call you Rick.
What's your name?
James.
James?
Shedlitz. J-E-D-L-I-M.
What's the phone number, please, James?
440 773 1763.
James, your name?
Oh, I've been well up there. This is one of the good places I actually do. And there was a few people. Other people after that. I stuck around. But they were arguing and getting in each other's faces. And I actually tried to step between us and said, come on, man, let's all just go home. One guy was going away. We had a gun. So this guy saw it. I don't know if he saw it, but for some reason he had one off. He must have seen it. She wasn't with us.
His phone, he's in there. Okay. He does that, you see.
Yeah.
So, we were arguing. But then the guy in the car, he went down, but because he had already dragged his car, so now there's two guys there. Once the fireman started, how do they go over there to get the fuck out of the way? Yeah. Because it's scary. Oh, yeah, it's scary.
Oh, there's an exit?
Oh, man. It's a stupid kid. Just escalated over an argument.
Okay, well, we've got the suspect. He's under arrest.
Oh, you did get somebody?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I didn't pay attention. That's just it. All these cars, all these people. I didn't see what happened. The dog things.
Yeah, James, do you remember what the other guy was like?
No, it was a doctor car.
Okay.
You know,
Sedan, Subaru?
yeah, sort of like that. Sort of.
Okay.
You know, more like yeah. It wasn't it looked like this one, except they were colored.
So they're arguing what you do see. So where's the other gentleman standing when they're arguing?
Well, the one guy was parked right here.
Okay.
So he's getting ready to go, I'm not leaving until we do. And then he got in, pulled out a holster. It sort of looks like that guy's. It was, you know, like I don't have a handgun, but it looks like it. And I said, man, get the hell out of here. What are you going on? And then this guy must have seen it because he goes, oh, you got one, I got one too. And so he's standing, you know, with his gun, and then when this guy backed out, he shot him and started looking. This guy's
So this guy's in the car when he's shooting at this guy? When he starts shooting?
yeah.
Okay.
And when he backed up over there, I thought he might have been hit too.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you back up the front line, you just back up, and this guy kept backing up, and oh, he got shot too. But he ended up going out.
I'm not 100% sure. I know what he was. He returned fire with a 45, so that is. But this guy, I'm not 100% sure. Because his case might be in his car.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy that was in the car.
Okay.
Because when I heard the bang, I heard the.
Well, hey, Bill, that could be 45. Yeah.
I think this is so
Yeah, 45. This is the 9.
I think that's the guy
Yeah.
in the car.
So this guy shoots once.
As far as I know, because this guy then, well, he went down and started firing. That's when the car backed up and didn't stop. I kind of thought, well,
So where's David when he's firing back at that?
he must have been right here.
Over here?
Yeah, because he crawled.
Yeah, there's just.
He was down, yeah, he was down right here.
So he's got 1, 2, 3. How many times do you think he shot? If you had to guess.
This guy,
Yeah.
well, then I started hearing. So I, 3 or 4 more. Because that told me to get the hell out of there. I hid in front of my car, because there's shots going on. So I don't know, this guy could have fired, or that guy was fired.
Okay. Right. I mean, this is such a cool example. Well, and it still is. This is totally unprecedented. This is not, yeah, this is not what happens here, you know what I mean? I've got, I got a written statement form. You don't have to give me a novel. You can give me, nuts and bolts of that.
Patrol went on across as well. There was discussion about it earlier, grabbing and pulling the hair, an assault of Mr. Matthews that way.
Yes.
And that was also with Mr. Jelinski.
Yes, he didn't tell me initially. I read his written statement, and it was in his written statement, so I clarified with him on what had happened.
And that's also recorded on the body-worn camera.
Yes.
Julie, can you please start the video at timestamp 24 minutes and 33 seconds?
We're going to need actually for 2 animals, one there at Tamarack at 306 and one here at Centerville Mills.
So he decides to stay. And then, the argument, starts back out again. And,
2000. You can call myself, he will keep up.
so we're going to have suspect section parked here. And they're jockeying back and forth. Suspect pulls his firearm out of his car, holster, in a holster, and is holding it, and he responds with, "Oh, you got one, so why?" type of deal. Don't know exactly what the words were, but along those lines. This guy gets in his car, backs up to leave, shoots him once in the back. That's presumably that case. At this point, he's walking to the driver's side of his vehicle. He was hit once in the right lung handle. There was an entry and exit. Presumably that's the round that hit him. After he gets hit, he turns and fires what appears to be four rounds from his firearm to the M4 casings. He's had multiple shots in his nose, exactly how many M4 casings, at the car, and then arches off. So I took pictures with my phone, just to kind of preserve things. I took a picture of the gun. The victim's gun was here. I got a picture of where it was at before I put it on my cruiser. I didn't even unload it or anything. Yeah, that's where it was. Where is this?
You want to get sued, hurt? Yeah, the other guy when he was shooting was from right there.
Yeah, I can see that he was over here. Was he wearing glasses or at least his glasses that are here and there?
Well, there's glasses right here too.
Yeah, the temple's over there, so I'm assuming it is.
Oh, man. It's one of the little favorite places to take home.
And some other one down there, to pick up the dog, you want me just to walk the dog down there?
Mother-in-law, Dave.
I'll take it off and I'll take it.
Yeah,
Speaking down there.
yeah. This side seems probably on the other side.
Speak there once.
Yeah, so they're like in an arc over here. So over there.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy.
So according to this, it sounds like our guy here, he did put his hands on it? Okay. No, yeah, I get that.
This side to the fence. And then that guy.
Okay, so he's on this side of the fence or that side?
The old guy was on this side.
Okay, so,
You know, wait, what the young people? What you want to
but this, our victim, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Is our victim's on this side, no?
Yes.
Old guy's on this side.
Everyone playing and everyone just left.
They're still going at it verbally.
Yep.
What,
Yeah.
do you know what is said that causes him
No,
to escalate with putting his hands on it? No. Okay.
no.
So he grabbed it?
I don't think it was about dogs.
Yeah, well, according to him, they're probably dogs.
Okay, because I'm seeing people argue that it ain't my dog. Everything would be fine if your dog wasn't here. You
So
know,
this says he grabs his arm and his hair.
yeah, he grabbed his arm and tried to head it, and the old guy right here.
Okay.
And then he lets him go, and that's when the old guy hopped in his car. And I saw him reach, well, I should have wrote that. I saw him reach around to the back, like he's reaching for his seatbelt or something, and he must have been grabbing it.
And so while he's getting in his car and going to leave, now our victim's coming out.
Guy's gonna be,
Okay.
fuck this shit.
I know what happened there. So old guy's pulling out. Victim says, I'm leaving too.
He's pulling out, and then the old guy pulled back in. He had actually got ready to leave. I thought, good, this is over with. You know, because I'm leaving too. Come on, let's go home. And he pulled back in. And they're arguing more, and then the old guy backed out again. But that's when he said, oh, you got one, well, I got one too. So now he must have seen the old guy's gun. And doggone it, but for him to actually shoot me, I don't shoot me.
Yeah.
Well, I wish it was sticking out.
Can you stop it for a second, please? Can you please stop it? When Officer Kaufman, when he said, who did you take it as a witness statement? When he said he shoots as he was leaving, who did he mean as shooting who?
He meant he couldn't believe that Mr. Matthews shot at Mr. Matai as he was.
Okay, thank you. I'm going back and forth with he, and I'm just want to make sure, clarify that. Thank you. You may commence again.
And in fact, Mr. Jolinski just told you that Mr. Matthews backed out and then pulled back in next to Mr. Matai.
Correct.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Based upon that, Mr. Friedman, any requests?
Thank you. There's 1 second.
So, Officer Kaufman, based upon your testimony moments ago, just a few questions. it's your investigation that's revealed to you, and it's your belief, investigative belief, that Mr. Matthews pulled his gun after he was grabbed by the hair from the back of his vehicle, correct?
Correct. That the witness's account on scene and during a subsequent interview, there's differences in the witness's account. In both accounts, he does state that Mr. Matthews grabbed a gun, but they're from different locations of the rear of the vehicle, depending on which interview we're talking about.
But one thing that's consistent throughout your interviews is the fact that you did not see Mr. Matthews draw the weapon from the holster. It's just that it was in the holster and placed on the dashboard, correct?
Correct.
So there's no evidence through any of the statements that you got that would suggest that Mr. Matthews pointed the gun at Mr. Matai prior to the discharge of the firearm, correct?
Logic would state that he would have to point it to him.
The question that I should be asking you is, when he pulled the firearm out of whatever compartment it was in the vehicle, and you placed it on the dashboard, okay? Did he take it out of the holster before or after Mr. Matai said, I have one of those two?
That's unclear.
And so, if I were to suggest to you that Mr. Matai saw the holstered firearm on the dashboard of Mr. Matthews' vehicle, you would have no way to say one way or the other whether that's accurate.
Correct.
Now, I understand now you're saying that the statements may have been a little different from Mr. Jedlinski at times, and that's fair. You would expect that coming from kind of witnessing a traumatic situation, fair?
Correct.
And when it comes to who left the scene and pulled back in, it was your understanding from your interview with Mr. Matai that even Mr. Matai said that he left and came back, correct?
Correct.
And so my last question is more, if I can understand this better, your understanding as you went through the scene, if I may just approach a little closer.
Of course, Mr. Freeman.
So as I understand it, tell me, I'm going to go through the scene and I want you to tell me if I'm accurate or inaccurate per your investigation, okay?
Okay.
So we've got Mr. Matai's car here to the left. We have Mr. Matthews' car here to the right.
Correct.
And at some point, Mr. Matthews pulls out and he's backing up, and he'd be backing up so that Mr. Matai's vehicle was to his left.
Correct.
And as he backed up, Mr. Matai at some point grabbed a firearm from his vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know exactly when he grabbed that firearm in relation to Mr. Matthews backing up that vehicle?
I don't.
And so Mr. Matthews backs up, and if I were to suggest to you that he either saw Mr. Matai leaning in to get a firearm or had grabbed that firearm, you would not be able to say one way or the other.
I would not.
But you have no reason to disagree with Mr. Jedlinski's statement to you, and I believe it was consistent through the various statements, that Mr. Matai had said, and this would have come before Mr. Matthews backed up, I have one of those two.
Correct.
And one of those two is a firearm, correct?
Correct. Presumably, yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Kaufman, how far a distance was the picnic table that they were sitting at from where the cars were parked?
So the picnic table is located inside
The
park?
fenced area?
Inside the fenced area, yes. So from the picnic table, I mean, you've got several feet to the gate, and then from the gate is relatively close to where they were parked. I don't know if we viewed it in the video or not, but the gate is closer to where Mr. Jedlinski's car is than it is to Mr. Matthews and Mr. Matai's car.
And based upon your witness statement, do we know who went to his car first?
So Mr. Matthews left the fenced-in area first.
Okay. Quicker. And did he start to pull away before Mr. Matai got to his vehicle? Do you know?
That's unclear. Well, initially, Mr. Matthews went to his vehicle, and Mr. Matai went to his vehicle, and Mr. Matai left. Mr. Matthews didn't back out of his spot until after Mr. Matai.
So, based upon the witness statements, Mr. Matthews was sitting in his driver's side of his vehicle while Mr. Matai got in his vehicle and left. Is that an accurate statement based upon your investigations?
That is unclear.
Okay, so it's not based upon differing witness statements at times, or no one knows?
So again, Mr. Jedlinski even admits that he wasn't
Okay.
paying attention to them 100% of the time, right? So because he was dealing with his dog, sometimes his back was turned. If he was at his own vehicle and what they were doing was to his back. But what he did state was that it's believed that Mr. Matthews was in the driver's side of his vehicle with Mr. Matai at the passenger side of his vehicle, presumably dealing with his own dog on the passenger side of his vehicle, when he made that statement, "Oh, you have one, I have one too."
And then Mr. Matai left after that?
That was after Mr. Matai
Came
had
back.
returned.
Okay, great, thank you. Based upon my questions, Mr. Enlow?
Patrolman, so Mr. Mackay was inside the fenced area when this disagreement happened, is that right?
The initial
When they were-
verbal
when they were
disagreement,
grabbing of the arms and pulling the hair.
Mr. Matai was inside the fenced-in area, Mr. Matthews was outside the fenced-in area.
Now just outside the fenced area. And his defense, who was closer to the car at that point?
Mr. Matthews would have been closer to all of the cars. Mr. Matai would have had to walk roughly 15, 20 feet to get to the gate, then to get out. Yeah.
So we can infer, because he was able to grab Mr. Matthews, that Mr. Matthews was standing within arm's length of the fence and Mr. Mackay, is that right?
Right.
That's good, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Freeman?
No further questions, thank you.
You may step down, Mr. Chairman, thank you. What other witnesses do you have, Mr. Enlow?
Your Honor, I would call Patrolman Boyles.
Well, before we go, other than Officer Boyles, how many more witnesses do you have today?
That's my last one, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Freeman, do you know at this juncture if you will be calling any witnesses?
At this juncture, it's likely I will not be calling anyone.
I mean, it is 12:30. I'd like to take a brief recess for lunch. I mean, I don't know how long we're going to be there, so, I mean, be on the stand, the Officer Boyles would be on the stand this afternoon, so 45 minutes.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. We are back on the record after a brief recess for the lunch hour. In 2026 CRA 00210, State of Ohio versus Emmanuel John Matthews, preliminary hearing. We had just completed the testimony of Officer Kaufman, and I believe you're ready to call your next witness, Mr. Enlow?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state calls Patrolman Boyles to the stand, please.
Please, thank you.
Boyles, B-O-Y-L-E-S.
Yep.
Yes. I can take a break, I don't know. Officer Boyles, how are you today?
Good, Your Honor.
Were you are seated, please raise your right hand. Swear testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God, subject to penalties of perjury. Say I do.
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated, and when he is ready, you may commence. Mr. Dunlop.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Patrolman, can you please state your full name and spell your last name for the record?
Greg William Boyles, Boyles,
And where are you currently employed?
Bainbridge Township Police.
And in what capacity are you employed there?
I'm a patrolman and a field training officer.
And so what are your duties and responsibilities?
Patrol Bainbridge Township and answer calls for service.
And how long have you been a police officer for?
32 years.
Patrolman, can you respond to the report of the shooting at the Centerville Mills Dog Park 2 weeks ago on April 21st, 2026 at approximately 4:30 p.m.?
Yes.
And during that response, did you come into contact with a person later known as Emmanuel John Matthews?
Yes,
Do you see him in the courtroom here today?
I do.
Can you please point him out and describe his wearing?
Right there.
So stipulated. Thank you, Mr. Friedman.
Patrolman, what happened when you got this call when you responded to the scene?
I was north of the scene, so I activated my emergency equipment and proceeded southbound on State Route 306.
And what happened as you proceeded on State Route 306?
I was obtaining information pertaining to as dispatch was updating the responding officers. I knew that there was a shooting that had happened. There was one suspect that had been shot, and then the suspect had fled the scene.
Okay. And as you continued to the dog park, did you come into contact with Mr. Matthews?
I saw a car that went over the double yellow line and was flashing its high beam or headlights at me.
Okay, what happened then?
I thought it was a witness or something of that magnitude to the incident, so I stopped, and Mr. Matthews asked me if I was responding to the shooting. I told him that I was.
What did he say?
He says, I'm involved,
Okay.
and then I had asked him if he was the one with the gun. He said, I am. And to my best of my recollection, he said that he shot at me at the same time.
So Mr. Matthews flashed his lights at you, pulled up alongside you, you pulled next to him.
Yes,
He said he was involved in the shooting.
yes,
And the other guy had done too.
yes.
So at that point, what do you do then?
I ordered him to just remain where he was and pull his vehicle off to the side of the road. I turned around, pulled my patrol car behind his vehicle, and had him pull further over.
And then what happened?
I announced to dispatch and to the other Bainbridge officers that I had Mr. Matthews stopped at my location, and then when I walked up to the vehicle, I asked him if he was injured, and then I Mirandized him.
Okay, when you walked up to the vehicle, did you observe anything unusual on the vehicle?
There were bullet holes on the side of the vehicle.
Did you observe how many bullet holes?
At that moment, no, there were several.
And so then you confirmed Mr. Matthews was not injured.
Correct.
And then when you said you gave Miranda, what does that mean?
It was a verbal Miranda warning,
Okay. And then what did you do?
and then I asked him where the firearm was. He pointed to it on the passenger side seat where I saw it. And just moments before that, Sergeant Frank Chico's pulled up, and he retrieved the firearm, and they ordered Mr. Matthews out of the vehicle.
And so Mr. Matthews identified where the gun was in the vehicle.
Yes,
But another officer on the scene, Sergeant Chico's, pulled out.
yes,
But you saw it.
correct.
And on that day, were you equipped with a body-worn camera?
I was.
And have you reviewed that footage before today's hearing?
I did.
Okay. And so if I showed that to you, could I identify it to the court?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to play Stacy the Beat.
Yes.
Patrolman, can you identify this video to the court?
That photo is the inside of my patrol vehicle for my body-worn camera.
And this video recording is a fair and accurate copy of what occurred on April 21st, 2026, involving Mr. Matthews.
Yes.
Your Honor, this is Patrolman Boyle's body worn camera. The full video is actually 93 minutes long for this segment. For the purpose of this hearing, I will just be playing a segment from timestamp 0300 to approximately 0610, showing Patrolman Boyle's initial encounter with Mr. Matthews. The full video is available for view for the court or defense counsel. So I ask the court to admit the evidence.
Thank you. Mr. Friedman, you wish to begin?
Thank you. I have no objection to this. I just, Mr. Emily, Prosecutor Emily, I have spoken. All of these exhibits will be provided to the defense in their entirety, not just these exhibits.
Yes.
No objection.
Thank you, but for purposes of this hearing, do you object to the limited showing?
I don't, as long as we reserve the right to
That's fine.
play it in full based upon the testimony here.
So noted. You may continue, Prosecutor Emma. Thank you, Mr. Friedman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Julie, can you start it from timestamp 0300?
Your assigned call has been emptied.
Yes.
Your assigned call has been emptied.
Okay. All right, stay where you are, okay? Were you the person with the gun? Okay, all right, stay here. Stay right where you are.
8440 community business for years.
Hey, well, guys. 8434. I got the suspect at 306 in Tamarack. King Lincoln Edward Frank Henry Tom Sam. It's a great Cadillac. Can you pull your car over to the side of the road, please? Pull your car over to the side of the road, please. Stop right there.
Your assigned call has been emptied.
Put your car in park, please. Are you hurt? Okay. So I see bullet holes in your car. Was it a result of this? Where's the firearm asset? Don't reach for it. Okay? There's another one back there? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, you have a great mix on it. You say that will be used for a live break. They have an attorney with very questioning. You can stop asking questions at any time you speak to the attorney. Okay? You're not a public defender. You understand your rights, sir? You have your driver's license. Do you have any firearms on you right now? Okay, step up for me, please. Hold on. Step back down real quick, okay? You're not hurt at all, sir? Take your hands on back, please. Let's hold the gun up here. Okay? Stand back up, please.
Thank you, Julie. Patrolman, Mr. Matthews just said that the guy pulled a gun on him, is that right?
Yes.
So, after you put him in handcuffs here, what happened then?
I patted him down for weapons, as you saw, and then I escorted him to my patrol car where he emptied his pockets. And I put them into an evidence envelope. and then I seated him in the back of my cruiser. He was having trouble with that, so he complained of back injuries or a previous back injury with surgeries. So I handcuffed him in front and assisted him in the back of my car.
And at that point, what we're trying to do with Mr. Matthews at the scene, what was going on?
Well, I needed to secure the vehicle because the vehicle was an extension of the crime scene, so I needed to preserve it.
Did Mr. Matthews make any additional statements to you about what happened?
When he was in the back of my police car, he did.
And was your cruiser equipped with an in-car video recording device on this day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you reviewed that before today's hearing?
Yes, sir.
And if I show that to you to identify for the court?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to play states at the scene.
So granted?
And okay, pause at timestamp 34:53, but the record patrolman can identify this video.
The video is a video of Mr. Matthews in the back in the prison area of my police car.
And this is after you said you put handcuffs, you put him in the front, you secured the back of the cruiser, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so this video, is it a fair and accurate copy of your cruiser video from an encounter with Mr. Matthews on April 21st, 2026?
Yes.
Your Honor, this internal cruiser video is approximately 100 minutes long. For the purpose of this hearing, I would point the segment from timestamp 35 minutes to 42 and 30 seconds, showing Mr. Matthews' conversation about what's occurred. The full video is available for you, and after this hearing, I will provide Mr. Friedman with a copy of these three exhibits. I ask to move this video into evidence.
Thank you.
No objection.
So moved.
Commissioner Black,
Yes.
go ahead, Lou.
What's your dog's name again? Frankie. Frankie. Let me check it Frankie, okay?
Your revised call has been updated.
Frankie's okay. So were you with anybody today down there at the dog park?
Well, something Jamie, he's a character that's always there, and a beard, and, at one cancer, but he's just always there, he's always rambling around, he knows what's going on, he said, I'm witness, he was there for the whole thing, he was trying to get me to go. Not for me to tell you anything, but, the guy grabbed me earlier, but I did,
Oh my.
started shaking me up. I did say to him, before I did that, I said, "What, your mother dropped you on your head?" He said, "Jump on my mother." I got a little uneasy, I don't want to, start the whole thing. I bought a Wall Street Journal there, so that Frankie went around there. I should have done that, I didn't say a word. With that, I started out, Trump went out, and this was going wild. I didn't say a word for 10 or 15 minutes, I said nothing. And then on the way out, I said, I totally agree with you. I think he's one of the greatest presidents we've had. This guy went on his nerve, and angry, and after that, you should be dead. After that, people like you are out, and he just kept going. So I just kept my mouth shut, and, I think they started to get up to go away, and started to get flaky to go out, and his dog was nice, and they were screaming at me on the way out, and I said, "Just take it easy." And he said, I said, "First of all, I'm 80 years old, I got emotion here. I do. I used to be a, whatever, I was a wrestler. And I don't have it anymore." And,
Okay, so the 306 and 10 records.
yeah. And then I was on this side of the fence, and he was on the other. And I said, What's wrong? It's a money truck, I mean, talk about the money, dragging, it, baby. And, I couldn't go further, but I don't have it. Jamie is a kind of driver. He's a good guy, I've known him for years, and we never had anything for 5-6 years, anything. And this guy just kept going on, and Jimmy's going, he's gracious. And he was telling me, get out of here, get out of here. He said, I'm slowly getting ready to go. I can't remember exactly that, he fully pulled up, and this and this, but they heard that. After being around 5 minutes. They told him that, I'm not finished with this yet.
That's what he said?
Huh?
That's what he said on that picture?
I don't know if he said this, but I assume that's why he came back. And, he pulled right next to my car. And, he started to rap her on, he went, I want you out of here right now. I want you out of here. I said, well, I was doing it anyway. And he goes, well, I want you out of here right now. And Jamie can tell you what he said. I might be not saying it. And then there are other words and this and that. And at this point, I carried my 45 in the back seat in a wheel box. So I slid it open. I was in the car getting ready to leave. And I said, get out of here right now. And his passenger door was open. And then Jimmy saw Mike then get pulled in. Mike just get going. And I said, I'm going to get going with this guy. And he just kept ranting and ranting. And then I'm trying to think the details exactly. Then I saw his gun get pulled out. He said, I told you that you're going. And then he moved toward the back of the car. I said, I feel my legs in danger. I said it because I know that's what they say when you hear that now. And he went to around the side of his car and started coming at me and I shot him. And then my gun, I must not have that many on in my chamber, because I pulled the second one and nothing happened, so I think I shot him once. And then I said, Mickey, I think it's time to go. And I just backed out, he was just right in the car. And I backed out, I was on my way to talk to Chief Vocal, that's his name. And that's when I saw you. And I think Jamie can tell you, James, over there got blankets. He saw the whole thing. I was trying to get both of us to go. This guy didn't want to hear it, okay? And he was gone 5 or 6 or 8 minutes and then came back. So, I don't know what's up there. So now Barbara's going to be, she's real shy. She never tells anybody who her son is. She would cheer like Frankie.
Frankie's doing just fine, man.
He's your baby. And, I just didn't expect this to happen. But I never realized that a younger person that can't grew up in a rough neighborhood, I was known who, I never used to back down when I, sort of a tough neighborhood, Garland Lane. And I never used to, that's how I was known, Mike doesn't back down. And when you say, get out of here, I wasn't moving real fast. And it just pissed a lot more. And I should have been more power. And this one had run this one, but here we are. So we'll see how it all pans out. Thank you for being a gentleman.
Thank you. Patrolman Wells, based on what you heard, the defendant, Mr. Matthews, admitted that he got his gun out first, is that right?
Yes,
And he admitted that he shot Mr. Mackay one time,
yes,
and he tried to shoot him again.
correct.
No further questions.
Thank you, Prosecutor Enlow. Mr. Friedman, sir.
Good afternoon, Officer Bliss.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, my name is Ian Friedman, and I represent Mr. Matthews. I don't have too many questions. But if any of my questions at any time are confusing, misleading, don't answer it, just ask me to repeat, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, I want to set the stage as to when you were going to the scene. And you're driving down, what, 306?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Matthews, as you said, was flashing his high beams, and you believe he was flashing them at you because you were in a marked squad car, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And to get your attention, did he slow down also as you were passing by?
He was stopped in the road.
He was stopped.
Yes, sir.
And we heard him say that he was going to see Chief Okovitz, correct? You heard him say that?
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to him that day and ask him where he was going?
I'm sorry, did I talk to who?
Did you ask Mr. Matthews that day when you spoke to him where he was going?
No.
I'm sorry.
It's only the chief's phone. Sorry, I'll be stricken from the record. Go ahead.
Timing was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So you did not ask him where he was going?
No, sir.
Okay. Chief Okovitz, his office is at the Bainbridge Police Department off 306, just before 422, correct?
It's off of Bainbridge Road, but yes. Okay.
And would it be fair to describe Mr. Matthews' demeanor and actions as cooperative with you on that afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Was he at any point rude or evasive towards you?
No.
Now, you had given Mr. Matthews his rights, his Miranda rights,
Yes, sir.
and you did that pretty early on after he was placed in the back of the squad car, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I just want to be sure, because I apologize, I may have missed it. He was given his rights not when he was in his vehicle, but when he was in your vehicle. If I'm mistaken, or am I getting that wrong?
He was given his rights when he was in his vehicle.
In his vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that would have been within the first, 3 minutes of meeting Mr. Matthews?
Yes.
Okay. And during those 3 minutes, the amount of time, from the time that he stopped you to the time that you had given him his Miranda warnings, you had not received any further information from the scene or any part of the investigation, correct?
Correct.
So what you knew at the time, and let me back up. At what point did you arrest him, Mr. Matthews?
When he was brought out of the vehicle, I placed handcuffs on him.
Okay. And that would have been within approximately how many minutes from the time that you met?
I can't say accurately without watching the video.
It's okay. Less than 10 minutes?
Yes, sir.
And you're aware that the scene had not even been processed yet by the time he was arrested, or the gentleman who was shot was taken by ambulance, correct?
Correct.
But the decision was made to effectuate an arrest. And my question to you is, was the arrest made solely because, in your opinion, if it wasn't, please tell me what it was based on, solely because Mr. Matthews had told you that he fired the first shot?
Well, when I detained him because of the bullet holes, and he admitted that he was involved before when we met car to car.
And so, what was it that caused you to effectuate the arrest, other than Mr. Matthews saying he was involved and fired his gun?
Those are the reasons why he was arrested.
Which ones? I'm sorry, be specific.
That he was involved and that he shot Mr. Matai.
Okay. But at that point, you didn't know who shot who first, who brandished the gun first, anything of that sort.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Did you ask Mr. Matthews any questions to that effect before effectuating the arrest? as to who did what first, who might have been the aggressor, all these things, why perhaps he used his firearm?
I did not.
Now, you heard in the video that we just watched, Mr. Matthews say that he shot at me at the same time. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Your Honor, do I have permission of the court to play the one section that was just played? I want to replay it to capture what Mr. Matthews said.
Yes, you do, Mr.
Julie,
President.
can you play? 1 second, I'm sorry. Julie, can you go to space to the feed, please? Can you start 3 minutes, please?
Your assigned call has been updated.
Yes.
Your assigned call has been updated.
Okay. All right, stay where you are, okay? Were you the person with the gun? Okay, all right, stay here. Stay right where you are.
8446 Community Improvement for Sheriff.
Can you go to space to the C, please? We start at 3 minutes, maybe that's.
Yes.
Your assigned call has been updated.
Okay. All right, stay where you are, okay? Were you the person with the gun? Okay, all right, stay here. Stay right where you are.
8446.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I think there's a later section that talks about the timing of the shooting. But neither here nor there, same question on 5. If and when Mr. Matthews talked about the sequence of shooting, whether or not Mr. Matai shot at the same time, before or after. Did you follow up with any questions at all of Mr. Matthews as to the timing of the shots?
I did not.
Did you ask him did you ask any questions at all as to what he saw that caused him to utilize his firearm at the death mark?
I did not.
Was there any other officer that was with you at the scene that questioned Mr. Matthews in that regard?
No.
So my question to you is, when you decided to effectuate the arrest, were you considering whether probable cause existed or whether Mr. Matthews had acted in self-defense?
I knew the probable cause had existed.
Did you, but you had no idea whether or not you acted in self-defense at the dog park?
Correct.
And nothing that Mr. Matthews said to you would contradict the assertion that he did act in self-defense on that day, April 21st.
Can you say the question again?
Absolutely. From what he told you, and the evidence that you were able to obtain as part of your investigation.
Your Honor, I'm objecting to this question. Calls for your conclusion.
It does. So I will sustain your objection, prosecutor.
Thank you. Did you ask any questions that related to whether or not Mr. Matthews acted in self-defense on April 21st?
No.
But you knew from his own words that he shot, but you don't know, again, what the situation was when he did shoot.
Correct.
At what point that afternoon, if you did in fact learn on April 21st, at what point did you learn that Mr. Matthews was assaulted by Mr. Mattei?
When he was in the back of my police car.
Okay. And that was after he was already arrested, correct?
Yes.
And at what point did you learn, if you did, that Mr. Matthews had gone to his car to leave prior to Mr. Mattei getting to his car and leaving?
I didn't learn that until afterwards.
Okay, when was that?
That was in our booking room.
Okay. When you were with Mr. Matthews?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was there further questioning at the police department?
No.
So all of the questioning, Mr. Matthews, we can accept the fact that it was done either roadside or in the back of the squad car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you learn at any point on April 21st, whether it was from Mr. Matthews or anyone else, that Mr. Mattei had said, "I have one too," referring to a firearm?
I did not learn it that day.
Okay, and when did you learn that?
I don't recall exactly, but it was a few days after.
Okay, a few days after he was arrested.
Yes, sir.
Did you ask any questions at all as to whether, who was the aggressor in the situation?
I did not, because back in the booking room, I had Brandized him again on a paper form, and he asked to speak with an attorney.
Now, we did hear when prosecutor played the videos a moment ago, we heard Mr. Matthews on the video saying the guy pulled the gun on him. Do you recall that being said?
I do.
Okay. And did you ask him any questions about the guy pulling the gun on him?
I did not.
Now, did you ask any questions, or did any of your colleagues on the scene ask any questions as to the other guy, Mr. Mattei, getting a gun or brandishing a gun at any point?
I don't know. I wasn't at the scene, sir.
But you didn't ask that, Mr. Matthews?
I did not.
Did you ask because you did notice the bullet holes on the vehicle, Mr. Matthews' vehicle, right?
Yes.
All right. And were there 4, I believe, if you recall?
That sounds appropriate. There may be more, but yeah.
All right, and on the side of the vehicle, at least one of them, from what we can see, is pretty close to where Mr. Matthews was, correct? It was
Correct.
on the driver's side door?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe for us where that was to the best of your recollection?
It was left of the door handle, right by the driver's area.
Okay. So, do you recall where the other shot placements were?
I can refer to my report, but off of memory now.
It's all in your report?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, but it would be fair, you would agree with me in saying that at least one of those shots came very close to Mr. Matthews?
Yeah, I don't know where, like I said, I wasn't at the scene, so I don't know if he was in his vehicle or not. I learned later that he was, but yes.
Now, when you were taking Mr. Matthews from his car, you asked him if he had a firearm on him or elsewhere in the car, correct?
Yes.
You heard Mr. Matthews talk about him pulling his firearm out and that it was holstered. Did you hear that?
I heard him that he took his firearm out of the glove box. Yes,
Did you hear anything about a holster?
that's what I recall.
Okay. Did you find a holster in the vehicle?
There was a, yes,
Okay. And was it a holster for the firearm that was seized and believed to be used in the shooting?
I believe it was.
And do you recall where that was and whether or not you took it from the vehicle?
I did not take it from the vehicle, but it was on the passenger side seat.
And where was the firearm when, at the time that you approached Mr. Matthews while he was still seated in his vehicle?
From passenger side,
Okay. Next to or near to the holster?
yes.
And was it 1911 style handgun, correct?
I didn't see it that good.
Okay. So
I just knew it was a firearm.
I'm sorry.
I just knew it was
I cut you off.
I just knew it was a firearm, sir.
All right. Do you know if if there were any live rounds that were extracted from the firearm, your partner or whoever, any of your other colleagues from Bainbridge Township Police Department?
At the time of the roadside, no,
And later you learned
yes.
that?
That there was ammunition with the gun, as to what condition the weapon was in, I don't recall.
Okay, so not all rounds have been discharged from that firearm, is what you can deduce from that?
Yes.
Final two questions that I have for you. You did, I think I asked you this already, and if I did, I apologize, but you did not ask about how the situation started or who was the aggressor.
No,
When he made the arrest with the determination that simply, respectfully say that simply the information that you had from Mr. Matthews was that he was in this exchange with the other gentleman who you found out was shot at the scene. Mr. Matthews said, that was me, he was involved in the situation. And the question that I have for you, did you do any follow-up investigation at all after the arrest, or was it turned over to someone else?
I knew that my supervisor had notified our detectives, and the detectives and other supervisory staff was coming in, so I was not going to interview him on the roadside or let our investigators do that.
I just have one more.
Yes, you may.
Have you been to the Centerville Mills Park before?
Yes,
May I approach the witness?
Yes, you may.
This defense exhibit C. This is my defense exhibit C, and I'm just going to ask what that does in fact show.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman.
So, officer, not handing you, but holding with you defense exhibit C, this appears to be an overhead Google map of the, as it's marked, Centerville Mills Dog Park next to the disc golf course. Based upon your experience as a Bainbridge Township police officer, is this an accurate depiction of kind of the park and the roads leading into it?
yes, sir.
Okay. And did you at all, this is where you believe that Mr. Matthews was coming from?
Yes,
And this is in fact where the shooting was, correct?
yes,
Okay. Is this an accurate depiction of what that would have looked like, or looks like on any given day?
yes, sir.
So I'm just going to finally read to you, and I'm not asking for your opinions. But my final questions for you are, and this is why I smiled because when I said I had a couple of questions, I knew that wasn't going to turn out right. You didn't ask him or anyone, him being Mr. Matthews, him or anyone who was at fault for creating the situation, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't ask him as to whether or not he felt that he was threatened at all when he shot, correct?
Correct.
And it wasn't your role or position to make a determination as to proportionality of his force, correct?
Yes.
And so what happened at the dog park on that day, the 21st, between Mr. Matai and Mr. Matthews, you have no clue as to whether or not a felonious assault or a self-defense situation occurred, correct?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Any redirect? Prosecutor Enlow.
Patrolman Boyles, when you approached Mr. Matthews, you observed a bullet hole in his car, is that right?
Yes.
In your investigation? And he stopped you because he said he was involved in the shooting, right?
Yes.
What was the original call that came in? What did you know that happened?
That a man was shot.
Someone was shot,
Yes.
and then Mr. Matthews said that he was involved in the shooting.
Yes.
And at that point, you gave him Miranda rights.
Yes.
And you effectuated an arrest and put him back in the cruiser, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, you weren't at the scene, but Mr. Matthews told you what happened that day, right?
Yes.
And we just watched it on the video.
Yes.
There was no other statements he gave you about what happened or anything else that he thought was relevant to you, right?
Correct.
And you worked as part of a team of police officers,
Yes.
and so you were securing him, and what were the other people in your department doing?
There was 3 officers working that day. It was myself, Officer Kaufman that was here on the stand earlier, and my supervisor, Sergeant Frank Chicos.
And when there is a shooting, in this case, the person was obviously shot, what kind of investigation was done by your department? How's that work, procedure?
Mr. Gilly, we respond to the scene, we secure it. Typically, our detectives come out, they process the scene, and then they investigate the incident from there.
So, is it fair to say that your role is to secure any evidence or witnesses of the scene and then let the rest of your team continue the investigation?
Yes.
No further questions.
Thank you, Prosecutor Enlow. Based upon that, any redirect, Mr. Freeman?
Yes. Part of being an officer, it's important to conduct investigation of any alleged incident the best you can, correct?
Correct.
Was there anything to prevent you from asking any questions of Mr. Matthews while he was in the back of your car and before he had exercised his right to seek counsel?
No.
Thank you.
Officer Boyles, as we saw in the video, Sergeant Chicos, correct? Sergeant
Yes,
Chicos?
ma'am.
He secured the firearms for all stages?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Based upon my question, Prosecutor Enlow, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Freeman?
No, Your
All
Honor.
right, you may step down, Officer Boyles.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Enlow, any other witnesses, sir?
No, Your Honor, I believe I admitted all 3 exhibits and evidence of the state arrest.
Any objections as to the admission of those 3 exhibits?
That's no objection, and I appreciate the prosecutor's willingness to provide those to us at his first availability.
So based upon that, then, we're going to go back to the issue of the subpoenaed witness here. You still wish to have him either deposed or present, Mr. Friedman?
Can I confer with the prosecutor?
Yes, you may. Go off the record for a moment, please.
Sorry.
Mr. Freeman?
Thank you. After conferring with the prosecutor, subject to the admission of defense exhibit C, we would, unless there's a point on call, witnesses.
Okay. Then the motion to quash the subpoena will become a moot. Motion to quash the subpoena will become a moot point. All right, thank you. All right. Court has heard, and court will admit no objections, obviously.
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense exhibits admitted. Court has heard all the evidence, and the court determines that there is probable cause to believe that Mr. Matthews has committed the crime as alleged without regards to guilt or innocence, and that this case will be bound over to the Court of Common Pleas for presentation to the grand jury, and bond conditions to continue. Anything else on behalf of prosecution?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to file a motion with the court, just get access to the vehicle so we can get personal effects out of the vehicle. So that will be filed with the court. Other than that, thank you.
Based upon that, it usually gets transferred. My staff is very efficient, Mr. Friedman, so it usually goes forthwith. But I know how your office rolls as well. If you get something in before it's bound over, the court will rule it, but subject to a response from prosecutor Enma. Okay?